This did not go well for Shannon Sharpe or Kamala Harris. I'm going to play the ending of the interview where Kamala Harris is sitting in front of a man who's bobbing his head and agreeing as she talks about the importance of murdering babies in the womb. And I just want you to understand, Shannon Sharpe's from the South, and he's my age. And I'm not saying that these men from the South, my age and older, had the right mentality or did all the right things. But if Shannon Sharpe, if his granddaddy's alive, or if he thought back to his grandfather's mentality, his grandfather and those guys of that generation, they were all about planting their seeds. Many of them any and everywhere. They were not about killing their seeds. Shannon has no idea how he's been programmed into an unmasculine worldview that you think there's some value in women slaughtering your babies in the womb. Let's play shot number 3.
One more thing, I think something that's very, very near and dear to your heart is Roe v. Wade.
Yeah.
I think 50 plus years, I think 72, 73, when it was Roe v. Wade said, hey, women have the right to their bodies. And all of a sudden the Supreme Court struck it down and says, no, you don't. We have control over that. Yeah. What would that mean to you? So how do you get that? How do you go back and fight to make sure women still have control of their bodies?
So I'm so glad you brought it up. Shannon, first of all, think about one of the most basic rights that you could imagine is the right for you to be able to make decisions about your own body.
Correct.
Your own body.
Your reproductive rights.
And the court just took that right away from women to make decisions about their own body and not have their government tell them what to do. And I think an important emphasis for me is you don't have to give up your faith or deeply held beliefs on this subject to agree the government shouldn't be telling her what to do. If she chooses, she'll talk with her pastor, her priest, her rabbi, her imam, but not the government telling her. And we need to fight against this. We need to understand how many women are suffering miscarriage and being denied help because the doctors are afraid they may end up in jail.
All of the entire conversation is a lie. The states decide what goes on, what's allowed as it relates to abortion. The federal government is not trying to tell anybody what to do with their bodies. And as far as this is the most fundamental right to be able to slaughter your baby in the womb. How can someone tell? It's not a fundamental right. It's a pivot in worldview. We used to live in a country where we valued life, and that when God blessed you with a baby, it's the greatest blessing you could have. That baby would be an asset to your family, an asset to humanity. And now that we've bought into the matriarchy and female leadership and female rulership, now it's like, don't do anything that inconveniences a woman who wants to kill a baby in service to her career. And Shannon Sharpe's just nodding his head. It's a female point of view. It's a wicked, satanic point of view. It's why the matriarchy is such a danger. And there have been no female-led societies. I don't care. Go watch The Woman King and all that lie. It's a lie. There are no great matriarchal societies. And only cowards, men that don't want to lead, would be in support of that. This is, it's across the board. Here, you guys remember when Matt Barnes, another one of these reigning men, he sat across from Kamala Harris and was talking about blended families and how we need more mixed nuts. That's what'll fix the world. There's more people like you and me, Kamala, with all these different identities. Every identity except for an identity in Christ, if there's just more of that, the world would be such a better place. Here's Matt Barnes, another one of these suspect men. Did you know that 17 Christians are killed for their faith every day in Nigeria? Join us and make a difference to help save lives. Visit equippingthepersecuted.org now to start your monthly donation, which will help create sustainable hope and take action to help protect an orphan or care for a widow.
The people who don't get it are understanding, is there a whole lot more of these kinds of relationships than people realize? This is not the 1950s.
Blended is the new norm.
Right.
Blended families are the new norm.
It is. It is. And they're beautiful.
Absolutely.
And it's a beautiful way to live, to build and grow your family. You know, I talk about it even in my speech at the convention. I grew up with the family that is my family by blood and the family that is my family by love.
And sometimes that's thicker.
And that's exactly right.
That's thicker.
That's exactly right.
Two mixed nuts talking about the power of blended families, talking about the power of identity politics and creating more kids that are confused about who they are. Anybody that knows me, I have no problem with interracial families, interracial people, but all these people that take all their identities from all these different things other than Christ, they're making a mistake. We don't need more of it. But this is a guy that's pandering to a woman. He's not a leader. He's pandering to Kamala Harris. I mean, Matt Barnes is a mixed nut for one, so of course he's going to support another mixed nut, Kamala Harris. But this is just pandering. This is what they do. And we have to decide. What side do you want to be on? These matriarchal men or this other group? And this is, you can't make the decision based on color. You have to make it based on your worldview. Are you a man? Do you want the responsibility of male leadership? Are you willing to draw a line in the sand and say, damn these satanic, evil, matriarchal people? And there will be people within your family who will despise you. And you may have to get some distance from them. You may have to go to prison like Steve Bannon just did. You may have to risk your life like Donald Trump is doing. Because that's what men do. That's been the history of men. These people are cowards. There's not a Nat Turner among them. They run around and act like they're Nat Turner. They ain't doing nothing they mama don't tell them to do. Nothing. My mama, grandmama didn't say it, I ain't doing it. My granny said this, y'all know I love my grandmother. Love my mother. But they're not my leaders. God is. They answer to me, period. Whether they admit it, like it, they have to deal with it because I provide. I'm a man. They don't provide. Not anymore. Here's Charlamagne the fraud kissing Kamala Harris's butt and Trump's a fascist. Play shot number 5.
It's two very different visions for our nation. One mind that is about taking us forward and progress and investing in the American people, investing in their ambitions, dealing with their challenges. And the other, Donald Trump, is about taking us backward.
The other is about fascism. Why can't we just say it?
Yes, we can say that.
Yeah.
I would love to be on TV one time and just say, Charlamagne, define fascism. I know they gave you that as a talking point. Define it. Explain it to me. What is it? And how is Trump doing it? Show me the examples. The man was president for 4 years. Where was the fascism? What is it? What's the history of it? I want him, they just toss around these talking points. Charlamagne's an idiot. These guys are all compromised. Mark Cuban compromised. That's why when you choose to behave sexually irresponsibly, you put yourself in jeopardy of being compromised the rest of your life. and you can't speak up. You can't be a real man. Because they know if they spoke up and drew a line in the sand, that the women that they have abused or can accuse them of abuse will come out of the closet and destroy them. These men, the reigning men, these suspect men, these zesty men, they're all compromised. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss a moment of Fearless.